It is here at last, House of the Dragon. Now, can it redeem Game of Thrones? We all know how that went. Welcome, join me as we watch episode 1 and find out for ourselves. Oh, I'm getting some nostalgia vibes.
As the first century
Straight in.
the health of the old king was failing,
Shit.
with 10 adult dragons under.
Oof, that is a lot of dragons, mate.
King Heirs reigned over nearly 60 years.
Getting Lord of the Rings vibes, you know? Almost Dwaro Del.
Great council.
Like this.
14 succession claims were heard.
That's messy.
The king's eldest male descendant.
Well, we know who they're choosing, don't we?
Viserys Targaryen.
Oh, she mad. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Oh, the music, though.
The only thing that could tear down the House of the Dragon
Was itself.
was itself.
Oh, you know it. Okay. I know very little about this, apart from that it's centered on the Targaryens, right? Oh, we're going to see a dragon. I will be straight up with you. I don't feel... I'm optimistic, but I'm cautious about this. Oh, man, Game of Thrones, it's such a phenomenon, isn't it? The meteoric rise and the downfall. I mean, look, we were all there for it. I'm not going to retread it. We all know what I'm talking about. And so, you know, just because of what became of that, it's so difficult to see. This is a beautiful shot. Fair play to them, actually. It's so difficult to feel like they could ever bring that back and recover from that. I'm cautiously optimistic. I don't think they can do it. I'll be honest with you. But hey, maybe this is going to be a great show. Maybe this will bring it back. Maybe this will be something week to week that we all flock to again.
It's almost large enough to settle two. I believe I'm quite content as a spectator. Thank you.
Lovers. Oh, she wants to ride. I'm curious to see what direction they go in, you know? Whether they go in like, okay, are we going to try and reclaim the best years of Game of Thrones and what it was like then? You know, slow conversations, you know, political intrigue, machinations of all these people going around each other. Or are they going to make it something new? I think considering how Game of Thrones went, that is such a dangerous place to be in, deciding where to go with this.
This discomfort is how we serve the realm.
I'd rather serve as a knight and ride to battle and glory.
Fair play to you, to be honest.
We have royal wounds, you and I.
Oh.
You stink of dragon.
I like her so far. You know, she's clearly being established as this. I mean, look, hey, we're 7 minutes in. We've seen very little of her. Fair play to them. They've established her as this character that is going to kind of fight against the grain. This is your path, and you know, it's very telling that they're setting that up, because I feel like from what we've seen of her character and her reaction to that conversation, she's very much going to be a character that's going to be like, no thanks, no, I'm good. Want to ride dragons, mate. And fair play to her.
They have massed on Bloodstone. They call him the Crab Feeder.
Oh, that's a shit name.
Methods of punishing his enemies.
He feeds them to crabs. We're going to see that. I want to see it. I'll be honest, if they call me the Crab Feeder, I'm well annoyed. The Dragon Slayer. The Trident of the North. Destroyer of worlds. Do you know what I mean? Crab Feeder? Fuck off.
I would urge that you not allow this triarchy much latitude in the Stepstones. If those shipping lanes should fall, it will beggar our ports.
Yeah, sorry, I'm going to pause just briefly here. Already, just with this conversation here, you know, you got these guys arrayed around the room talking politics, talking about these people over here in the background, right? Doing this. They're a threat. They've been established almost as a threat, right? This guy, the Crab Feeder, let's not talk about the name, who has this inventive method of killing people, right? Which, you know, is very foreshadowing of, right, okay, we're probably going to see that. It's probably going to be horrible and gruesome and awesome. But yeah, what I'm getting so far, just from this scene here, is that we're very much retreading the old path of, like, which isn't a bad thing, of Game of Thrones, people in a room talking about politics, about threats in the distance that, you know, maybe we'll see at the end of the season, maybe in a season's time, or whatever it might be, or even in the next scene. Right, and we're going to have these people doing these things and then slowly build towards things, which I think is very much Game of Thrones. I think, you know, it got very impatient in the latter half of its seasons, Game of Thrones, and that's what made it kind of deteriorate in quality. There were, you know, a few reasons that we could talk about that, but I'm not going to talk about that here. I think in a very general sense, I think the reason that it did deteriorate was that rushing of the story. There was less slow talking, maneuvering, building up of things, right? Which I don't think was necessarily even a bad thing that they did that, but I think just because there was such a change in Game of Thrones in how it operated, it was jarring to the audience. People came to expect a certain thing of it, and then when they stopped doing that, it hurt so much more, I think, to the audience. But I think so far we seem to be revisiting the golden times of what made Game of Thrones, right? Play.
Negligible. Perhaps we might delay the
Nice.
child is
Wants to stay clear. Good on him. I like this guy.
My heir will soon put all of this damnable hand-wringing to rest himself.
Oh, it's gonna be a girl, isn't it? I kind of want it to be a girl, just for the chaos. Oh, hello. Nice. Oh, I like the throne. The swords coming down and almost spreading, right? It's this picture of aggression and power. It's this kind of almost tempestuous image, which I think complements the Targaryens well. Oh, it's Matt Smith. Shit, I was about to say I really like this guy's voice. You couldn't see who it was, and I didn't because I was reading the subtitles. I didn't want to miss anything. I was gonna be like, I really like this guy's voice. Who is it? And I didn't recognize. Hey, do you know what? Good on you, Matt. Honestly, like, well played, mate. If I don't recognize your voice, and I'm very familiar with Matt Smith's work. I love him as the Doctor, and I've seen him in several things. Like, you know, Matt Smith is very recognizable to me. I did not recognize his voice. Good work.
I brought you something.
That's Matt Smith. Okay.
Turn around.
Oh, mate, when someone in like the Game of Thrones universe says that, you never know. I wonder if this show is going to establish, especially because it's not based on any books, right? I know it's based on obviously the history of it, but there's not a book series that it's directly taking from. Maybe that's going to be a strength. Maybe that's going to be the difference that makes this better.
You're always like this when you're worried.
Well, these guys have a thing going, right?
You want him to have a son.
I want to fly with you on Dragonback, see the great wonders across the narrow sea and eat only cake.
That is a life, mate. Fair play.
You aren't worried about your position.
I like this position, it's quite comfortable.
Oh, yeah, I like her. Yeah, she's cool. She's cool. She's bold. She's confident. She knows what she wants. She knows who she is, right? It's been well established. Now it's like, okay, when people start to tell her that she can't be that.
It has grown slightly, Your Grace.
Oh.
Can you say yet what it is?
Oh, yikes.
It's a small cut from sitting the throne.
Is it? I don't trust that throne, mate. I bet there's all sorts of fucking shit riddled on that.
Whatever it is, it needs to be kept quiet.
Is he gonna die? Is he gonna die?
I've lost one babe in the cradle, had 2 stillbirths and 2 pregnancies.
Oh, that's a lot. Damn, yeah, fair play to you. Is she gonna die?
But I've mourned all the dead children I can.
My brother's city has fallen into squalor.
Are you not the commander of the watch?
Beginning tonight, King's Landing will learn to fear the colour gold.
Foreshadow for 170 years in the future. Yeah, no, sorry, if I missed something, has he... I know he's been away. He's been away, right? Oh man, I tell you, like, essentially a police force that calls themselves hounds and howl at them. That's not good. I can tell you right now, that is frat boy energy. Yes, justice. As we all know, beating the law into people works every time. That's a bottom. Did he fart? Did they really put a fart in there? Wait, what? Oh. What is that? I'll be honest with you, I could not see that properly, and I'm not going to ask too many questions. We move on.
The prince cannot be allowed to act with this kind of unchecked impunity.
Wow, imagine if he takes control. That's going to be anarchy.
New gold cloaks made quite the impression last night.
Interesting. Is this the birth of the gold cloaks then? Because this guy said it like, the old gold cloaks. That's cool that we're seeing the beginning, and, you know, they're immediately barbaric murderers. Hey.
My brother's tourney. Do you want them mugged, raped, murdered?
It's brutal, but like maybe that message is gonna make things better. But honestly, it could make things worse.
You don't have to maim half of my city to achieve this.
Yeah.
Time will tell.
I like the chaos though in this guy, in Matt Smith's character.
The criminal element should fear the City Watch.
Thank you for your support, Lord Corliss.
Yeah, I like Lord Corliss, so maybe we're on Matt Smith's side. Hey.
Your own lady wife passed recently.
Otto, you know how my brother makes sport of provoking you.
Like, hey, it does feel like Game of Thrones. It's in there. You know what I mean?
This new City Watch might be a good thing.
Yeah, it might be. Hey, okay, so this is the sense that I'm getting paused. This is the sense that I'm getting at the moment, is that there's this dangerous undertone, right, to everything that's happening. You know, you feel like people are planning, plotting, spying. You've got people like Matt Smith's character who are these bullish, aggressive, combat capable people who are dangerous. But then you've got like, what's his face, Rhys Ifans' character, who is in that room and he seems like there's more there, you know, very much kind of like a Littlefinger type of a character. You've got the king, Bossman Targaryen, who seems like he knows what he's doing, but he seems very in danger because of the things that I just said, but also because of the thing on his back, and I don't feel like he's going to get out of that as well. We've also got his wife that is in childbirth. We've got that looming, I feel like, impending disaster. Do you know what I mean? The show is giving you like all these little kind of plot points of chaos, of danger that could go either way, this way, that way, this way, that way. And so it gives you as the audience this undertone, and it's similar enough to Game of Thrones that I think, because, you know, if you're coming off that show, there was that undertone as well. You know, you were trained to feel all those things, and I think it's inhabiting the same kind of tone, the same kind of feel as that. So I think as the audience, you kind of connect those two things, and so you associate it with that undertone from Game of Thrones. The show is also specifically manufacturing that danger as well, right? And I think all that combined is serving to like make me very kind of like, oh, like the tension's building, I'm waiting for something to happen, which I think is really well done. Playing. Oh god, she's there in the court. That's dangerous. Now we've got her, and I feel like she's got a fucking bone to pick, right?
You could have Baratheon's tongue for that.
Baratheon. Oh, are they in cahoots? But yeah, are we going to get like shocking deaths? Are we going to kill off main characters? That's the thing that I'm kind of waiting to see. Are they going to kind of incorporate that?
Eldest son of the hand of the king!
That's kind of funny. I kind of live for this teasing, I'll be honest with you. Oh, is he going to kill him, do you think? Ooh. Like that. Oh, that's a foul, surely? No one can touch him though, right? It's the prince. Bitch. Yeah, I'm waiting for this episode. The feeling that I'm getting is that we're building up to something really shocking. Like, what's this? What's this? Whispers. Yeah, what's happened? Oh, the baby. Girl? Is it a girl? Or is she gonna die? Or is the child dead?
All attempts to turn the babe have failed.
Shit.
We've given her as much milk of the poppy as we can.
Oh, he's gonna be like...
Your queen is a strong woman. She's fighting.
Is he gonna be like, save the baby? And like, kill the wife? Hey man, if they do that, that's topical as shit. But like, she did say like, this is it, mate. You know? So is he gonna see this as an opportunity to get rid of her? That's a very brutally Game of Thrones thing to do, right?
These nights are as green as summer grass. None have known real war.
Are we gonna have a war? Yeah, even just that with the action and those two just, oh, buddy, you alright? Yeah, and those two just sitting there having the conversation and just, you know, laying those seeds. I feel like that was foreshadowing, like, okay, we're gonna have a war. Do you know what I mean? Very reminiscent and in theme of early Game of Thrones, which, hey, only a good thing, I feel. It's what I would say I want, right? I want it to revisit the themes and tone and model of early Game of Thrones, but new. Like a new story, new people, new... Do you know what I mean?
Necessary for the father to make an impossible choice.
Here it is. And he's gonna choose the child.
To sacrifice one.
Yeah.
Or to lose them both.
Yeah.
Putting blood loss.
7 marshmallows.
And I think he might choose to save her if only she hadn't said, I'm done.
You can save the child.
Oh, fuck, yeah. I like that he showed a little bit of pain over this, you know? Oh, rip. After all that as well, is it going to be a girl? And he's going to be like, fuck. Oh, she's working out. This is horrible. Oh, no anaesthetic or anything. Fucking shit.
I'm scared, nothing.
Fair play to you, mate. I would be too.
Don't be scared. They're going to break the baby.
How? I'd be like, how, mate? How? There's a fucking knife. Yep.
Don't be scared.
Oh, fuck off, mate. You get in her position and don't be scared. Oh, Oh, we ain't gonna be happy about that, is he? That's embarrassing.
Sword!
Yep, okay. A mace, okay. Hey, get your balls out. Ooh. Hey, I tell you what, this is quite a cool fight. Oh, poor lady. Poor lady. Oh, oh, yeah. Oh, you cocky bitch. Oh, shit. Mate, what a fight, actually. It's back and forth. Mate, don't turn your back. Oh, come on. Have a little bit of fucking honour. And back and forth on his character. He's an absolute cock, man. But, like, I think the essence of chaos that he is in the show so far, and how I see that moving forward, going forward in the show, interesting. Yeah, and the little ball of chaos that she is, of course. Oh, mate, I would leave King's Landing as soon as possible. You are fucked if you stick around.
You have a son.
Okay.
They're waiting for you.
Okay, we got a little bit of compassion in him.
Koro hakero keduna.
Oh, he's dead!
Kebenuha kerimbi.
Shit, the kid died. That's rough, buddy. That is rough. But hey, that is adequately Game of Thrones, right? Brutal. Absolutely brutal.
No one here can know what Daemon would do were he king.
Yeah, but try denying him the power, right?
Loyal to him. An army 2,000 strong.
Yeah.
What are you saying? My brother would murder me.
I mean, I wouldn't. Would we all? Come on, dude.
Please.
Oh, there he is. Hello.
Daemon has ambition, yes, but not for the throne.
Well,
He lacks the patience
right.
for it.
What about the girl? Come on.
The king's firstborn child.
Bang.
Rhaenyra.
Yes. Thank you.
A girl.
Oh, fuck off, son.
No queen has ever sat the Iron Throne.
First time for everything.
There are others who would have a claim.
Such as your wife, Lord.
Oh, that's his wife.
Your son are dead!
Yeah, let's just rein it in. Rein it in a little bit. Man, hey, we're seeing a lot of intrigue, a lot of political intrigue right from the get-go. And this sets up a season going forward where there's so much that can happen. That's all you got to do with the first episode. You got to create that intrigue, grab people in. Honestly, I feel like it's ticking those boxes. For me, at least.
How is his grace?
Very low. I thought you might go to him.
Really?
Offer him comfort.
Wow. You piece of shit. If he actually, I don't know, the king actually doesn't seem like such a bad person as I think I would have expected him to be. I honestly thought he was going to be an absolute tyrant, but he's not. As much as you can disagree with the decisions he's making, you can see the pain, you can see that he has empathy. You know, you can see that he cares for his family and the people around him, as traditional as he may be. But if he takes advantage of this girl, who is very close to his daughter, that might put a little bit of a fucking split between him and his daughter, like Rhaenyra and the king here. I don't know if he's going to do that, because like I say, I think he's actually not a horrible person. Did you make that model by yourself, mate? Hey, I'll tell you what, man. Could do with a coat of paint, but hey, that is good craftsmanship. Yeah, he's carving it. Oh, a craftsman. Hey, everyone needs a hobby. Right, what's your move now? He must know if he acts soon enough, he can take the throne. I kind of want to see more to his character. I hope there is more. I hope we do dig into it, and you know, that's another thing, and that's something that you can only kind of pause just briefly. The only way that you can kind of see how good this show is to obviously see how these characters develop. I think the real test is going to be to see the chops of the writers and see if they can like really provide dimensions to these characters. Like, okay, so we're establishing these characters, especially Matt Smith. I think character-wise, his character is very powerful, very strongly in the face of the audience, right? You know who he is. He's very loud, he's very brash, very brazen in who he is, right? For example, you know, I would draw attention to Jaime in Game of Thrones, and let's not talk about how his arc ended, but you know, the arc going through and how his character changed, I think was one of the highlights, you know, for a very long time of Game of Thrones. I hope, you know, this show can do something like that with the characters it's given and giving to us.
Prince Daemon bought out one of the pleasure houses.
What did he say?
King and council have long rued my position as next in line for the throne.
This guy just balls deep, just looking like, all right, what you got? What you got, mate? Fucking hell. Just take it out for a second, mate.
The heir for a day.
Did you say it?
This is interesting.
We must all mourn in our own way, Your Grace.
Diplomatic answer. Fair play to you, mate.
I have only ever defended you!
True.
You've only ever tried to send me away to the Vale.
If I see Otto Hightower for what he is.
Unwavering and loyal hand.
He doesn't protect you. I would.
From what?
This is interesting, you know. This is really interesting. There's a little bit of wiles.
Viserys.
Oh, bold. Never mind, forget the wiles.
They all prey on you for their own ends.
Yeah, okay, no. Okay, no, stop. Pause for a second. We're getting depth to his character. Great, already. There is intelligence behind him. But then also, you know, I like that the show is giving... It's kind of almost offering out a hand to the audience and being like, here's something that you might be able to feel some empathy for about this character. I think, you know, some people are going to disagree with me on that, and that's absolutely fine. But I think, and it's tenuous, But this idea that, like, you know, he's very aware that Viserys has been sending him away, being like, I don't want you here, again and again and again and again. 10 years, right? Sorry, his name. Matt Smith's character. In his mind, like, I would feel a little bit hard done by, you know? Like, I'm not saying Viserys should have made him hand, right? That is a very prestigious position. You've got to be ready for that. You've got to, you know, provide something. You've got to offer something. You've got to be good at that job, in theory. I think the important takeaway, at least for me, from that little snapshot of conversation was, you know, it makes me empathize with Matt Smith's character a little bit there, because it's like, yeah, I get why you would be upset by this. You know, 10 years of being snubbed, right? As by your brother, no less, by the king, no less. You know, that's you're being slighted constantly, and you see pain there in his eyes, and that's really nice. I don't know if insulting Viserys in that moment, especially in this moment, you know, this tragedy, during this tragedy, I don't know that that was the wise decision. But okay, let's play.
I'm your heir.
Not anymore.
Bold.
You are to return to Runestone and your lady wife at once.
Unwise. You've just literally seen how dissatisfied he is. This is going to make him an enemy. If he wasn't before, and honestly, he might not have been. I think he was maybe thinking about it, but this is going to absolutely turn him against Viserys.
Your Grace.
Viserys played this really poorly, and I get why, though. That's the important thing as well. I get why, because he's going through a very emotional time, turbulent emotional time, which is absolutely understandable. I don't blame him for it, but that's good writing. Well played to him. Oh, and the music, yeah. Dude, stop sitting back in this fucking chair. That's gonna kill him, isn't it? These moldy, rusty swords. I'm sure we know how he dies, by the way. I just don't know how. I'm not gonna look it up. Don't tell me. Don't spoil me.
When you look at the dragons, what do you see?
Answer me. It's important.
Is he gonna make her the heir, though? I think that's a really flavorful writing decision, because she has a relationship with Matt Smith. Sorry, pause, sorry. Just briefly, I will play. Hey man, this is good that I'm talking about it. This is good that I'm stopping and talking about it and want to talk about it and examine and analyze, because that means that it's good. There's stuff for me there to analyze. I only do that if I'm enjoying it. Great, love it. But I think considering the last scene that we've just seen and Matt Smith's character and how that all went, and considering the relationship he has with Rhaenyra, that's going to be super interesting, because they are close, they have a relationship. And now, if Matt Smith wants to get to the throne, he has to go through her if Viserys makes Rhaenyra the heir. And then it's going to be a question of, has she got the strength, the gumption to come up against that? I think at the moment, no. And especially if Viserys dies, I feel like Matt Smith is going to have an open avenue to the throne. I think he could probably take it, especially with his gold cloaks. He could take the throne very easily, and then maybe she gets dismissed, or he's put into exile, or has to flee because it's too dangerous for her. And then maybe the show becomes a thing of, like, she has to come up against Matt Smith and try and reclaim the throne, reclaim power, get ally. We'll see. Play.
The idea that we control the dragons is an illusion. They're a power man should never have trifled with.
Interesting.
Targaryen must understand this to be king.
And the reason you're telling her this, is to make her your heir. I like this decision, though. I like that he went this way. Great.
I have wasted the years since you were born.
Amazing. Yes, good. And he acknowledges it. Brilliant. Makes me like him more, which is going to make it more painful when he dies, because he's definitely dead now, I feel. He's definitely dying. Been seeded too much. It's been kind of foreshadowed too much, I think.
You are the very best of your mother.
But I like that we're having this moment where he is giving her the validity that she deserved.
And his named heir, the Princess Rhaenyra.
Nice, good. Okay, we're getting a ceremony. Awesome. Because at least this solidifies it in the minds of the people and the lords, right? That's important, even if they disagree with it, because they're all traditional little farts, you know what I mean?
Iron Throne is the most dangerous seat in the realm.
More foreshadowing.
Fealty to them.
Are we going to see dragons versus dragons? Oh shit, who is this? What is this dragon? Nice. I like that it's showing us he has of course he does, he's a Targaryen, right? They all do. This is sweet as well. Those two. Yeah, problem is a lot of these guys swearing fealty are going to be looking at a little girl and thinking, I don't have to swear to you. This is beneath me.
Aegon foresaw the end of the world of men.
Interesting.
To begin with a terrible winter.
Oh, hello.
Gusting out of the distant north.
Okay.
God Stark.
Hey, Starky boy.
When this great winter comes, Rhaenyra of Westeros must stand against it.
Oh, awesome.
And
Great.
if the world of men is to survive, a Targaryen must be seated on the Iron Throne.
Oh, this just reminds me of Game of Thrones and how it ended. and the White Walkers and how the White Walkers were underutilized. Sorry, this just gives me pain, I'll be honest with you, at this point.
Passed from king to heir since Aegon's time. Now you must promise to carry it.
So they all knew this, and if the Targaryens were in power, the reason we were so unprepared for the winter and the White Walkers and all that stuff was because the Targaryens were essentially decimated, right, in Game of Thrones. But the problem with that, and that's really cool, that they knew this and they had this and they were preparing for it, but it does, I don't know if that was the right way to go, show, I'll be honest with you, because now it's just reminding me of what actually happened. The 7-8 season build-up of the White Walkers only to kind of essentially destroy them in one episode or whatever it was. I don't know if it was the right decision to remind me of that, show. Okay, play. Oh, that's really cool. Bittersweet. But I wonder if we'll see, will that be a theme through this show? That she's going to have that in mind.
Lord of the Seven Kingdoms.
That is a very big dragon that he's got. It's bigger than Rhaenyra's, right? Yeah, if we don't see a dragon on dragon fight, a bad show, mate. Brilliant. Hey, right, okay, let's get into this a little bit. What did I think? Promising. Genuinely promising, actually. I think honestly this first episode has exceeded my expectations. You know, everything that I kind of wanted from it, and I think it's answered the questions that I wanted answered a little bit, in the sense of like, is it going to continue or try and reclaim, try and copy, duplicate that feeling of early Game of Thrones that everyone loved, that, you know, brought Game of Thrones to this height? I think that's probably the wise decision, right? If you're looking back on it, it's like, right, what decision do we make? You've got to think they were like, right, well, you know, like that succeeded. Let's try and replicate that feeling with something new, right? And I think they've done that. I honestly do think they've done that with the first episode. It's a good setup. It's a good, intriguing episode 1. It shows me that they're trying to keep in theme with what made Game of Thrones great, right? It's the political intrigue, the machinations in the background, these spies, these whispers, you know. I think it's setting up all those things really, really well. It's got the brutality, the violence, the sex, which, you know, make Game of Thrones, I think, you know, it's very iconically Game of Thrones, which I think is what probably a lot of people wanted from this, right? If you do want to see me covering this week to week, put it down in the comments, let me know. What did you think? Did you enjoy this episode? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? If you disagree, you're not wrong, by the way. I want to hear it. Let me know down below as well. If you like this, try this video here. YouTube has specifically recommended it for you, mate, so get your click on. Thank you, as always, to my patrons, you lovely people. Thank you very, very much, and as always, I will see you next time.